You were the one who helped Lieutenant Fairfax and the guard at Hinault Farm. You have my thanks.
Where is he? There's late, and then there's this. Did you happen to see a tattooed Breton on your way here? Stupid hat, droopy mustache, carries a mage staff he doesn't know how to use, answers to Hamelin Serpy. I hired an assistant to retrieve some ingredients from the wilderness, but he's late. Very late. I won't let his absence ruin my chances to restore the good name of Orc cuisine. The King's Hearthwife is holding a competition to celebrate Orc culture. Without my assistant, I can't finish my classic Orc recipes. Unless you'd care to make some coin. If you're interested, I can get you a list of ingredients. I'll need some rathberries and a skin of ice stream water. There should be some nearby, but watch for the wildlife. Of course. Rathberries are like sharper tasting snowberries. If you chew a mouthful, they stain your teeth the color of blood. A great intimidation tactic before battle. Or a wedding, if it's a good wedding. Normally, I'd say water is water, but I want to mix these crushed rathberries with water from the same source that nurtured them. Did I overcook the meat? Just should have taken it off the fire sooner. Wonderful! Now, to brew them for the competition, I call it my Cup of Wrath. I still have a glass from an earlier batch. You're welcome to try it. Here you are. So, what do you think? And please, be honest. If it's not ready for competition, there's still time to perfect it. Exactly! The raspberries give the drink its sharp aftertaste, but the water evens out the crispness. Wrothgarian orcs still use raspberries to fend off illness, but our ancestors knew the best way to make the medicine. Wonderful! It should stand out in the competition. Still no sign of my assistant. Want to make some more coin? I prefer to work with people who finish the job. A drink won't win the cultural competition. I need to present a full course of traditional orc cuisine. Care to scour the land for ingredients that fight back? The next dish calls for harpy bile, some harpy brains, and sedge grass to tie it all together. Of course, I call it tundra hay because the Echeter always nibble on it. You'll want to find a patch near the open water. Those are more naturally salty. With enough sedge grass, you weave a pocket for the harpy viscera. The flavor bakes right in. Try not to get any on your boots. You'll attract Durzog. That's why I'm sending you after Wrothgar harpies. 1,000 generations of inbreeding long since removed any glimmer of intelligence from their minds. The ones here are really giant birds. Delicious, tasty birds.
Wait! I'm here! Oh, hold on!
Hamelin Serpy, you're late.
But... chased by a giant. I think she wanted to mate. Ugh.
Well, now your job won't interfere with your personal life. You're fired.
But... I understand.
Are you all right? Don't expect me to come down there. You know I can't stand small spaces. Well, this is fortuitous. You'll never believe what my sister Kirith has gotten herself into this time. I swear she does these things just to vex me. Thank goodness you came by. My sister Kirith and I were surveying the area, trying to get the measure of this dwarven ruin. I turned my back for a single moment and Kirith fell into that hole. Or jumped in for all I know. It happened so fast. Oh, you have no idea. Especially the way Kirith operates. We're on the verge of a major Dwemer discovery. That's why the king invited us here. We're experts, you know. Could you rescue my sister? I'd help, but I don't do that sort of thing. Kirith knows better than to jump into strange holes. She knows I can't abide small, dark spaces. Well, yes. Kirith likes to say that we're dungeon delvers, but I prefer to think of myself as the world's foremost expert on dwarven artifacts. When the king invited leaders in their fields to come to Wrothgar, we jumped at the opportunity. You'd be surprised that many so-called scholars refuse to travel to dangerous places. But that's usually where the best sites are located. And then there are the orcs. Most of the explorers that we know tend to find the orcs to be intimidating.
Well, this is a strange place to see a familiar face, but it's a pleasant surprise as well. Did you fall down that hole too? Fell? I'll have you know, I'm an expert dungeon delver. I don't fall, I drop gracefully. But yeah, I certainly wasn't planning on getting down here using that particular method. Hey, where is my brother? I could use his help down here. Now that you mention it, I was hoping to collect a dwarven power core, but the only one I saw was protected by a Thing Guardian. If you could get the core, I'd appreciate it. Raynor loves those things, uses them to build all kinds of devices. Me? I don't need it. But my brother Raynor collects the things, uses them to make all sorts of strange and interesting devices. Since we're down here, I figured we should get one for him. He hasn't had one to tinker with in quite a while. Oh, all sorts of things. Sometimes they don't do what he thought they would, and every so often they explode. But otherwise, he really is a genius. When he isn't being a complete and utter dunce.
My sister tells me you found her. She immediately put you to work, didn't she? She's always been good at getting people to help her out. So tell me, what did she send you off to find? Some shiny bauble to add to her collection? A power core? For me? For all her rough edges, my sister does have a good heart. Thank you for acquiring this for me. With a little tinkering, I'm sure I can use it to complete one of my many Dwemer-related experiments.
I'd take off if I were you. Raynor's going to build something that turns these dwarven constructs into his personal army. Or more likely, there's going to be a massive kaboom. But thanks for the help all the same.
I need to remember. Sailors should be out at sea, not skulking around in the ice and snow with absolutely no idea where they're going. Mostly freezing to death. I volunteered to find help, but there's nothing out here but bears and things I've never seen before. Our fleet was taking the ambassador to Orsinium when we got caught in a storm. Smashed all our ships into the ice. You mean I actually found some help? Find Lord Ethian in our camp. You can still see our smashed ships out on the ice from there. Last I saw, he was a nervous wreck. With Lady Sovel missing, he's beside himself with worry. I'll head back to the camp. I'm liable to freeze to death out here. Or worse. If I'm not on the deck of a ship, I'm like a fish out of water. Our fleet was charged with ferrying the ambassador, Lady Sovel, from North Point to a trade meeting in Orsinium. We got lost in a storm, and the fleet crashed into the icy shore. Now the ambassador's missing, and Lord Ethian is worried sick. I wouldn't know. I was securing some loose cargo in the hold when the storm hit. But it was a powerful storm. A blizzard, really. It carried us off course and crashed us right into the icy shore. Lord Ethian is the ambassador's husband. His father owns most of the ships in our fleet, as a matter of fact. Provided them for the mission. His lordship is kind of a nervous cub, frightened of his own shadow. He's lost without Lady Sovel. Lady Sovel? Oh, she's a remarkable woman. High King Emmerich thinks the world of her. Always sends her on the most important diplomatic missions of the realm. The last I saw, she was helping survivors escape from one of the sinking ships.
I'm glad I ran into you. Maybe you're just the bit of good luck we need to salvage something from this terrible situation. The camp is near the shore. You can still see what's left of our fleet from that location. Not much to tell. Our fleet was comprised of a half-dozen vessels from Daggerfall, tasked with getting High King Emmerich's ambassador to a trade meeting in Orsinium. The fleet is wrecked, the ambassador's missing, and Lord Ethian is lost without her.
don't understand. Why won't it open? Who are you? It doesn't matter. The Hand of Morkel is mine. Once I find it, which is harder than I thought. That's why you're here, isn't it? The Hand of Morkel? The long-lost relic of Morkel clan? Pride of... Never mind, it doesn't matter. I'm looking for my clan's ancient forge hammer, but I can't figure out how to reveal the hidden door. Exactly. Oh, you meant... Ah. Listen, my father is Morkel's chief. If you help me find my clan's lost forge hammer, I'll make sure you're rewarded. Deal? These statues should open the hidden door. It seems so obvious, but it isn't working for me. The braziers by the statues must be lit in a certain order. I tried every combination, none of it worked. I can see it now, adorned on my cairn. Here fell Ashoka, kept from Morkeldom because of some stupid puzzle. The long-lost home of Morkel clan. The old poems say it was buried in ice and stone-marked thrice. See the statues? Morkel's stonework and very old. Morkeldom has to be nearby, but well, maybe you can find the way in. The old poems of Morkeldom's founding mention a heroic trio who rebuffed Winter's grasp and found haven beneath. Maybe they saved the clan from a tunnel collapse. Oh, there's some writing at the base of the statues. Couldn't make sense of it. Buried in ice and stone-marked thrice, the statues must reveal the way inside. I think there's an order to lighting the braziers, but I can't get it to work. Rumbling. Do you feel it? The wall shifted! Sealed away, but hidden in plain sight. Morkeldom, lost among the ice. My ancestral home. Beyond that wall? We're in this together now, right? Let's go! That's it! The Hand of Morkel. It's in some sort of... What is that, a display? It's nestled in there tight. Of course we can't just take it. The Hand of Morkel is held in something called the... I think it said Heart Forge? Also, endless breath and untold rage lets purest heart release the hand. Poets. We need to rekindle the forge. Endless breath has to mean bellows, and untold rage is... a furnace? Strange way to say it. I'm missing something. Can you look around for a bellows and some kind of blast furnace? Morkel clan prefers simple solutions that last. Look for switches or some kind of mechanism. We'll see what happens when you set things in motion. Oh, and stay alert. My ancestors wouldn't leave this place completely unguarded. did it! Now for purest heart. Huh. The old clan word for heart also means blood. Purest blood. Morkel blood? My father is Morkel's chief. My blood must work. Just a quick slash of the knife. Look! It's opening! Like a hand. Opening. Oh. Oh no. The hand of Morkel isn't our forge hammer. It's the cage around it. And if my clan's old word for heart also means blood, then this wasn't our heart forge. It was our... My mother says we're the best smiths in Wrothgar because we put heart in the steel. Whose heart? Whose blood? Morkel clan hasn't had enemies since the days of Morkeldon. Did we feed our rivals to that thing? You're right. The old poems aren't about honor we lost when we left Morkeldon. It's honor gained for burying our greatest shame beneath a mountain of ice. And a warning to stay away from the hand of Morkel, which... well, we couldn't have known. Not without blood magic. But I can't just leave it here. It's our heritage. I'll bring it back to the stronghold, but what then? What do I tell my clan? You're right. You forge a better blade by studying your past mistakes. I can't keep this from my clan. Perhaps there's a better way to use this place. An honorable way. Morkeldon doesn't require the blood of our enemies. That's just how it was misused. Maybe the blood of frostbite spiders is enough. Blood, ichor, whatever. I heard a rumbling when you rekindled the forge. Maybe another way out. Anything to avoid those ogres. This is close to Orsinium. Useful if we ever need to return to the Heart Forge. Meet me at Morkel's stronghold?